In this video, we will show how to add pleats and a locker loop to a men's shirt. We are starting with the men's shirt we completed in part 1. Let's add pleats to the back bodice. To do this, we use the Insert tool. We have already notched the positions of the pleats on the back bodice at 1.5 centimeters away from the center back. We click on the back bodice edge to add the pleats, then adjust the position. The pleat width should be 2 centimeters. We go to the context view to set this the way we want it. To create a box pleat, we need to ensure that the pleats are folded outwards. Thus, the thicker lines on the pleat should be facing outwards. If they are not, we use flip fold direction to fix that. Now let's dress the garment to view the results. We can use the 3D styling pinch tool if needed. Remember, we can save a snapshot to save the garment simulation. We'll save the snapshot and call it pleat. Here's a tip. If we want to create an inverted pleat on the back bodice, we would need to move the darts to meet at the center back. Also, we'd need to ensure the pleat is folding towards the center back. Great! Now the pleat on the back is done. Let's add a pleat to the sleeves. The pleat position on the sleeves have already been marked on the sleeve patterns. We repeat the process of adding a pleat to the sleeve, ensuring the pleat is folded toward the sleeve placket placement. Now let's add a locker loop to the garment. We must ensure the locker loop is arranged in the back torso cluster and that Use in 3D is enabled. The 3D layer of the locker loop must be higher than the bodice and yoke patterns. We need to add a diagonal fold to the locker loop. We have marked a notch on the pattern to indicate where the fold line should end. The notch is the measurement of the pleat position from the center back. To add the fold, we start with the pen tool. Edit points must be turned off so we can add an internal line from the edge of the pattern. Also, turning on Snap to Edge helps. Note that we do not draw from the corner of the locker loop. Instead, we start from the line slightly inward of the pattern and end the line at the notch. Next, we fold the line and check the fold in 3D. We need to invert the fold line and then change the prepare angle to a negative value. Let's edit from the sharp values. Now we stitch the edge of the locker loop to the yoke edge and match. And we adjust the position of the stitch to put it on the notch. Let's dress to see the results. To finish here, we'll save a manual snapshot and name it Locker Loop. If we wanted to add a locker loop to the back neckline, the steps would be the same, but the 3D layer of the locker loop would be lower than the yoke. The locker loop is complete. And that's how you add pleats and locker loops to a men's shirt. Remember, you can always use these techniques on other garments that have similar design details. For more information, visit support.browswear.com.